Hey there, Aquarius. Welcome to your reading for mid-January 2022. We're going to do a super mega Celtic cross here. So it's just going to be like a double Celtic cross. And this is going to be part one. There will be a part two as well where we do, we go even deeper. So, that's why I'm calling this the super mega Celtic cross. But that's going to be that. And this is a mess, number one, but we'll figure it out. In your current general energies, you have the King of Wands and the High Priestess. So, number one, I would definitely trust your intuition. You have other cards showing up here that would kind of represent needing to trust your intuition or needing to trust kind of like experience as well. Sometimes I think we get intuitive hits that are more based off of like past experiences where, maybe like our higher self or just our intuition, whatever you want to call it, is like, hey, remember like last time you did this? That was a bad idea. That's what's popping into my head. So I would like trust those kind of like intuitive hits that you get. Especially if there's like experience attached to it, and it's like your higher self being like, hey, remember last time? I would definitely trust that with this energy. For some of you, I do feel that this is asking you to take advantage of an opportunity that's coming your way. The High Priestess kind of can represent something entering into our awareness where we just are maybe daydreaming, maybe we're just thinking about something, and we feel inspired, which I see at the end here. You have the Ace of Wands, inspiration. It's like we could have an idea where we're like, wouldn't it be nice if I wrote a book? Wouldn't it be nice if I moved to another country? Wouldn't it be nice if I, did something? So if you have one of those moments that kind of just enters into your awareness, just kind of pops in, right, with the High Priestess, the King of Wands just says, get to work because, this type of energy, this reminds me of one of those readings where every once in a while I do a reading where I feel like it's, if you've ever heard the saying, just so crazy it might work, right? That's what this energy reminds me of. Is like you could have an idea or just something entering into your awareness that's just so crazy it might work. What I would also say here is that it's kind of giving me the vibes of similar to that. Sometimes I think we can think about something that just starts as like a seed of an idea, gets planted in our head, and then it grows. Where we're like, it's like I moved a year ago now. Again, I moved again. After moving a bunch of times, and it just started as like an idea. It didn't start as something that was serious. I wasn't seriously going to move. It was just an idea. So, this is kind of giving me those vibes of where something just kind of starts as an idea. It just starts as a kind of a thought, like wouldn't it be nice if, and then all of a sudden it becomes a reality. So that's what I'm getting here, and I feel like it's a good thing. In the area of your crossing energy, you have the Queen of Pentacles and the Strength card. Queen of Pentacles could say too much fear. You could be worried about making a change, or you could be worried about what's on the other side of whatever it is that you're thinking about doing here. I really don't think it's I really just don't feel like this is much of a challenge at all. I just think it's just general worries, general concerns. I think you'll get over it. I think you'll move forward with whatever your idea is. It's almost like the more you think about this idea, I know I'm speaking very generally here, but it just feels like an idea to me, Aquarius. It just feels like you could be like, I'll move cross country. I'll move to another country. I'll do this. For some of you, it's like moving, because I can't get away from the moving energy here. For others, it's like maybe you're thinking like, I'm going to go back to school and become a doctor. It could be a totally crazy idea, but just so crazy it might work, right? That's the energy I'm getting here. I feel like this is just kind of like the needing to put the work in. Even the Strength card, the Strength card is something that requires strength. It's something that could require daily effort, whatever it is that you're thinking about doing. So I really just feel that whatever this is that you're thinking of, it's just going to require some work. I think this is just you thinking about all the work that's going to require, again, not a big deal. Next, in the area of your thoughts, you have the Three of Swords and the Ten of Cups. Very conflicting energy, like total opposites, right? Ten of Cups is like total bliss, total happiness, everything you want in your life. Three of Swords is the total opposite of that. Grief, sadness, all this other stuff. I do feel for a lot of you, clearly, there is some sort of change that you'll have to be making. Even if we look at this diagonal, you go up to the Two of Swords and the Eight of Swords. It's like the Two of Swords is needing to see that there's a new opportunity. She has a new island behind her, which we'll talk about in a minute. But it's like she has to turn around. She has to get into the water and walk over to that new island. So clearly, there might be some sort of sacrifice you have to make, or if you're moving, maybe you're leaving behind family or friends or people that you know. Maybe you have an idea to get into a new relationship, and you'd have to leave an old one to have something that's much better. So I do feel like there is some sort of sacrifice or something that you're going to have to be making here with that Ten of Cups. So that's what I'll say there. Next, in the area of your foundation, I really feel like you have everything you need to make this opportunity a reality. The Knight of Pentacles, he's ready to go. It's like he is being too cautious. He's not making any moves, but he has everything he needs. The green that is on his helmet and the green that is on the horse is meant to represent oak leaves. Oak leaves represent knowledge and wisdom. It's like he has everything he needs. The Queen of Swords is like she's finally clear on how to move forward. She might not be moving forward. She's sitting here, right here, in this chair. She might not be moving forward, but she's at least clear on how she needs to do it. There's also a butterfly right here, and the butterfly represents kind of like a transformation or undergoing a transformation. So it's very clear to me that some of you are undergoing a transformation. Intuitively, I feel this could be an opportunity that you've already had in the past before, actually, or it's a seed that's already been planted. So, some of you could already be thinking about whatever I'm talking about. I have no clue what I'm talking about. I'll just put it out there, Aquarius. I have no clue what this is for you. I feel like it's different for all of you, whatever the seed that has been planted is. But it's probably something that keeps popping up, probably something that keeps entering into your awareness. Like I said with the High Priestess, is like High Priestess, on a Chris's crappy tarot level, it's just something entering into your awareness. Like I said, it's just a seed that's been planted in your brain, and you can't stop thinking about it. Could be a person that you're thinking about, could be a situation, an experience you want to have, pretty much anything. Like I said, very straightforward reading. I like it because I feel like you're going to accomplish whatever this is. Next, in the area of the past, you have the Page of Wands and the Three of Cups. Again, for some of you, I wouldn't really say this is a second chance, but I kind of feel like it's a second chance, meaning that, again, maybe you've thought about moving cross country in the past. Maybe you've thought about businesses you wanted to start in the past and you just haven't. The Three of Cups to me is like a tangled web. It could be saying that people have gotten in the way, that other situations have gotten in the way, and have kind of made it harder for you to move forward. The good news is this is the energy that you are moving away from. This is the energy that you are moving past, and it's like you're moving towards something else. So in a lot of ways, I do feel this is saying you're moving towards something new. The Page of Wands is just like you going on the adventure. The Page of Wands says go be spontaneous, have fun, and go on the adventure. Next, in the area of your near future, you have the Six of Swords and the Knight of Swords. Six of Swords is like literally making the sacrifice. You have a lot of cards here that represent a rite of passage. Six of Swords, then you have the Hermit and the Hierophant. Both cards represent a rite of passage, and they're coming up together, and they're coming up in the diagonal of the two cards here that I'm holding. They're coming up in this diagonal here, which is leading towards a very passionate new beginning. Ace of Wands. So very simple reading to me. Like I said, Six of Swords is like moving on to calmer shores. The Knight of Swords, I feel like, is saying things are actually going to move very, very quickly. And again, it doesn't surprise me. Again, remember I said just so crazy it might work. It's like sometimes when we have a situation that's just so crazy it might work, those situations, those things can move very quickly. We can, make progress on those things very quickly. And that's what I see here. It's like if you're planting the seed towards an idea, I feel like it's going to progress very quickly. Next, in the area of the next few months, you have the Two of Swords and the Eight of Swords. This is just too much stuck thinking here. So I would get out of your head. I feel like you could completely avoid these two cards altogether just by moving towards whatever this idea is. It's like this could be skipped. The whole point of tarot is, tarot is not a prison sentence. You have full control over your own reality. The reason you're watching tarot is so that you can know to avoid something like this. This is very stuck energy. She is thinking of what she wants. She is where she has always been on this card, but there's new land behind her. She could easily turn around and get to those new lands if she turned around, if she took the blindfold off, if she realized that she wouldn't be hurt by those two rocks. So for some of you, I do feel like this is saying it is time for you to just take some sort of leap of faith. It is time for you to jump away from something. It is time for you to move towards something new. Sorry, Aquarius, my nose is driving me crazy today. I don't know what's going on. Allergies, something's getting me today. But anyway, next we were just talking about the Eight of Swords and the Two of Swords. Next, in the area of your future feelings, you have the Hermit and the Hierophant. Again, rite of passage energy, going through some sort. And sorry, this is the area of your closest relationships, and this is some sort of kind of rite of passage for a lot of you. You could be moving away from traditional beliefs. Again, Hierophant, traditional beliefs. The Hermit is kind of like you going on your own journey. Neptune and Pisces. I talk about this all the time. I'm sure you're all sick of hearing about it, but Neptune and Pisces, we can be like, why do I believe certain things that my family believes? And you could just be moving away from that. But for you, it's like one of those things where it's like maybe, I feel like this is more saying that you're doing something that people who are around you in your immediate like circle, you know, your family, your friends, whatever, I feel like you're moving away from them, not cutting them out necessarily, but I feel like you're doing something that maybe they've never done before. Maybe you grew up in an area where everybody always stays in that area and you're leaving. Maybe nobody in your family is going to college and you're doing something like that. So I just feel like it's more saying you're doing something that not very many people in your, you know, kind of group have done before. And again, this is a good thing. It's for growth. Next, in the area of your future feelings, you have the Eight of Pentacles and the Nine of Swords. Again, this is like the amount of work that you're going to have to do on this thing that is entering into your awareness. Nine of Swords is like worries and fears. Again, I do feel like some of you, it's like there's a Three of Swords, Ten of Cups in the beginning of your reading, and it's like you could be worried about pain or like whether you'll be hurt. This could also just be like the sacrifice. You know, Nine of Swords is a nightmare, but it's meant to represent something temporary. You know, the Eight of Pentacles is like more work that you're having to put into something. So if you're building something new or if you're rebuilding something in your life, you know, it could just be the fact that you have to put the work in to rebuild something. And that could be kind of like a little bit of a nightmare. I don't think it's that big of a deal. I think this is more you just kind of like worrying about, you know, some sort of situation you're leaving with the Three of Swords over here. It's like, you know, that this is going to bring in that happiness. I find it a very interesting reading, Aquarius, because it's like, you know that something is your somewhere over the rainbow. You know that something with the Ten of Cups, you know that something is your dream life. But Three of Swords is like worried about maybe hurting past people or hurting people in your life or, you know, something. At the end here, as your outcome, you have the Five of Pentacles in the Ace of Wands. Again, do not call attention to your weaknesses. Number one, I would be moving towards your strengths with the Ace of Wands. I would be moving towards what you truly want as well. I feel like you truly want this. I feel like you truly want something more. I feel like you know you deserve more as well. I feel like you know that you deserve something better in your life. And that's exactly what I'd be moving towards with that Ace of Wands, is whatever this like seed that has been planted in your head is. Pretty interesting reading. I like where this is going. So thank you for being here, Aquarius. Really appreciate it. We're going to do part 2 right now. So part 2 will be linked up in the pinned comment down below. So make sure to check out part 2. But thank you for being here and definitely enjoy your month.